Hello, my name is Fiona Stanton from Fees Papercraft. Today I want to show you how I did this card. This is actually a card we did in my class in June, and if you do the Fees paper box, which is a crafting experience in a box, you'll get the materials to do this card. What you won't get is a stamp set, the embossing powder and the inks. Those you will need to purchase yourself, but you get all the cardstock and you get this gorgeous faceted button, they're called. They're beautiful, aren't they? So it's a really simple technique, this one. It's called Emboss Resist, and we're going to use white embossing powder. So first of all, what we've got to do, we've got to stamp our images onto the card. We are going to be using the painted glass stamp set. This is my focus for June. It comes with a die set, and you can also get graceful glass vellum, which is beautiful. It's a embossed printed vellum, which you can colour in. Lots of great fun I've been having with that, colouring that in. If you come to any of my classes, you'll be using it. First of all, use your stamping buddy. This is obviously a different brand, but make sure you use your anti-static buddy, whichever one you use. And we're going to use the first to mark ink. The only thing that's difficult about this is trying to work out where you have and where you haven't stamped. It's not too bad in this light, I can just about see. I'll try and make it a nice neat row. And then I think we're going to do some butterflies. Another new thing I want to show you, oh sorry, I keep moving the paper. Alright there, let me move that back. Sorry. This is the Stampin' Shummy. It's a new cleaning tool that Stampin' Up have brought out. And I've used it mainly on my photopolymer stamps, because obviously with the red rubber ones, even though I'm using it on the red rubber ones, you still want to use your Stampin' Mist, because that conditions your stamps. The chamois is simply a cleaning tool. You need one of the bigger boxes really. I've only got the small ones at the moment. You rinse out in cold water, you squeeze all the water out so it's just barely damp, and then you can rub all your stamps and clean all your stamps. And it actually works really well, particularly with the photopolymer, get all that fine detail out. There we go. I'll do my butterflies now. Oh, nearly there. I think I just might put a little wing down there. Okay. I mean, it will stain, like all cleaning tools, it will stain, but that's fine. Once you've finished using it, you just rinse it out again and leave it to air dry. And most of the ink comes out, but like I said, it's going to stain, but that doesn't mean to say it's not going to work, so that's fine. And you can use it with your red rubber stamps, I should say. You just need to use a stamping scrub every now and then, just to make sure you condition the stamps. And it's perfect if you're going away for craft classes or crop classes or something like that, and you just need something quick and easy you can put in the box. It'll stay damp for a while. So yeah, I was pleasantly pleased with it, I have to say. It worked quite well. Right, so that was the white embossing powder. I don't want a bit of cardstock in my embossing powder. Whee. Oh well. Oh look, you can see where I half embossed my thing there. Right. I'll hoover that up later. I have to say, it's one thing that gets on my nerves, is embossing powder on your work surface. Right, so I'm just using the heat tool to set it. There you go. I'm not too sure whether you'll see it go, but in real life you can see it. The embossing powder goes from kind of a dull, sandy grey colour to a nice bright white colour. Keep the tool moving. As soon as one place is gone, move on to the next area. Careful with your fingers, you don't want to burn fingers. And there's no point waving it around aimlessly like that. Keep it on one spot until it's done, then move it on. You don't want to overheat your embossing powder because then it will dull again. And there we go. So that's all the embossing done. Let me just, there we go. Sorry, I keep moving the paper. I do apologise. Right, so I'm just going to wave that. I mean, it dried, you know, obviously embossing powder dries, but what I don't want to do is smudge anything when I'm doing it. Right, so these are the new ink pads, the new ink colours. This is Lovely as a Lipstick. I've already broken that one, so I'm a bit sad. But they're easy to open. You just flip the lid up, flip it over and push. If they are a bit stiff, you could rub, you know, a little bit of WD-40 down there or something. I like using the matte, the silicone matte that Stampin' Up do when I'm doing blending. It just helps. And these are my sponges. So this is Stampin' Up do stamping sponges, which are big circular sponges, and I cut them into 6. And then, so you get little triangle shapes. I then get the cardstock, use the everyday punch to punch out a shape, write on what it is, and clip it to the top. And obviously when colours, you know, retire or move on, you can take that off, wash the sponge out, and you can use it again. So we're going to start with Lovely as a Lipstick. I'm going to pounce, 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 and just go, start off the card when you can, and just rub it in. And you get a nice smooth blend. There we go. Now at some point you're going to have to start in the middle of the card, and that's fine. Just start on a bit that you've already inked up. There we go. You probably want to do a third each time. There we go. Make it a bit darker in the corner. Then we move on to Grapefruit Grove, and you'll notice with these ink pads you get plenty of stickers. So I've used all the other stickers that come in different languages to go on top, so therefore it makes it really easy and really nice to be able to see what colour you were using. There we go. I'll turn that down there. I want to be able to see the yellow as well, so we don't want to go too much. I probably did a little bit too much red in this time. There we go, and we finish off with Pineapple Crush. And they've also given you an extra sticker here. Can you see that sticker there? That's purposely meant to go in that groove, so that again you can see what colour you are using. When you're blending colours, always go back over the colour you've just done, and that will help to blend it in. There we go. Nice big circular movements, and that helps with the blending. And I'm just going to go over with this one. Lovely rainbow effect. I do love this technique. And just finally, just to go over that edge there. There we go. There we go, and that's our colours. So simple, so easy, so effective, this technique. It really does make everything pop. Once the ink colours have dried, you can get a bit of tissue. You just do that. A little bit of tissue or kitchen roll, and you can just lift off, buff some of that colour off the roses, off the embossed bits, and that will make that pop up a little bit more. There we go. Oh. This is the one I broke. I tried to close it the wrong way, but it still works, it's still fine. Just one of those things. There's always going to be something that you break in the first day, isn't there? And the silicone mat just cleans up really simply. So now we're going to put the greeting on. I'm going to use Memento Black. They have got rid of Stampin' Up Archival Black and Archival Grey. There's still a grey. It's not archival. It's the same colour, but it's just the same as the other colours. So the basic colours. What do they call these? No, classic. Sorry. So it's the same as the classic ink pads. It's a classic grey. I'm still going to be using my archival grey. I've got the refiller for it, so I don't see any point in getting the new one at the moment. But the archival black is gone, and they're going to have Memento, which is for your alcohol marking. So if you want to use a black ink to, so if I wanted to colour these roses and these butterflies in with my alcohol markers, the stamping blends I'd use in the Memento. And then they'll have stays in, which you would use for your watercolouring. So if I wanted to do it, colour these in with the watercolour pencils, or if I wanted to colour them in using the aqua painter and these inks, I would use the stays on ink. So I've got rid of the archive black. See how clean that comes up? Brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant. So yes, as I was saying, I've got rid of the black, the archival black and the archival grey, but I will still be using the grey. Right, so here's my card blank. Oh. And this is, I'm going to layer on, this is a piece of the 2018-20 In Colour Family 6x6 stack. You get 48 sheets. No, you don't. Yes, you do. No, you get 40 sheets. Sorry. You got 5 colours, so you get 8 in each colour. I'll have to check the catalogue. I'll put it in my blog tomorrow, how many sheets you get in each. But you get a fair amount. And I've been using it lots. I think it's brilliant. So you get these spots on the other side, you've got stripes, and then you've got another set of more faded spots and stripes. And they've got them in all the colour families, so not just the In Colour families, but the main colour families as well, which is great. I'm actually doing a paper share on those, so if you're interested, drop me an email, drop me a note, and we can sort something out. Right. Try and get that straight. I don't do straight. Do you do straight? Nah, I do straight. It doesn't really matter what colour DSP, design series paper, you use underneath, as long as it's one that matches. And it's only a little bit, only using a little bit. And I should say I use the extra thick white cardstock to do this. Although that one, I used the regular Whisper White. And I think that one's taken the ink much better, hasn't it? It's much stronger. Oh, I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. So there you go. Oh, we need a button. We need a button. So these are the tinted faceted buttons. I think you get 24, do you? What does it say how many you get? 24. And they're different sizes, and you get the 3 colours. You're going to ask me to do my maths now, aren't you? So that must be 8 in each colour, isn't it? So 4 each of each size. I haven't used a green one, so yeah. So 8. See, I do know my maths. So you get 8 of each colour, and just put a blob of glue. Glue is all you need. Little blob, and I'll use that one again. Actually, I think I might use a small one this time. And then my guests on Friday. Oh well, I guess can choose what they want. There you go. So those are the 2 cards. Well, that's the card I made, I should say. That's my sample, and that's one I made just now. And this is the emboss resist technique using white embossing powder and the painted glass stamp set that's new this month, just come out of the new catalogue. If you haven't got a demonstrator in the UK, Germany, France, Austria or Holland, and you'd like a catalogue, please let me know and I can post one out to you. Thank you very much. Best wishes. Bye bye.